Today on the list, get help to grow your garden, the differences in how people text in every state, and what makes a song an earworm.
It kind of gives you some positive energy.
Plus, how animals help fight wildfires.
Next to us, probably the biggest engineer out on the landscape.
But up first, the best deals to find this month. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Rhodes. It's May 1st, and as much as I love putting away those flannel shirts and enjoying the springtime sunshine, nothing beats the warm feeling I get when I find a bargain. The deals are always out there if you know where to look. So what to buy in May is our featured story at the top of the list. March had green beer, April had April Fool's Day, but neither of them had any really good circle-the-date sales.
That's why they call it the springtime deal drought.
Hey, it's our pal John Matteries from Don't Waste Your Money.
But the good news is it's over. May brings some of the best sales that you'll see for 6 months.
And it starts with an intergalactic phenomenon, Star Wars Day.
May 4th, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. You'll find markdowns on costumes, plush toys. I'd like a little plush Yoda, for instance.
And speaking of Star Wars, 4 stars shine most brightly in the galaxy of sales. President's Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, and Black Friday. And together, they make a constellation we call the Shopper. Okay, it's really a box, but if you can get a crab out of this ring light tripod looking thing, then I could call this the Shopper. The point is, May has one of the big star holidays of the year, Memorial Day.
Memorial Day sales start mid-May. They go right through the end of the month. So you've got 2 weeks to buy so many products they'll be on markdown.
Let's start with Memorial Day deals for inside your home.
We're talking furniture for your house. You're looking for a new couch, a new kitchen table? That'll be on sale in the month of May.
Plus,
we're talking appliances, refrigerators, washing machines, dryers, dishwashers, all on sale.
And for the bedroom,
you'll find sales at Macy's, Tempur-Pedic, and all those new online mattress vendors. They all have sales for Memorial Day. Now is the time to shop for the inside of your home.
Yeah, that's cool, but tell me another Star Wars Day deal.
You'll also find some markdowns on Star Wars Lego sets.
Awesome. Okay, back to Memorial Day. How about stuff for outside your home?
You can wait till Labor Day because actually the end of season clearance sales are bigger than the sales right now. But a lot of people just want to spruce up their yard for summer. So by all means, buy it during a Memorial Day sale. You'll find those patio sets, those grills, those outdoor rockers, and mowers all on sale for Memorial Day.
Backyard backyard. How about another Star Wars Day discount?
You'll find markdowns on Star Wars cookies at your local bakery.
But when it comes to some purchases,
it's a trap.
Thanks, Admiral Akbar. So, John, how about what to wait on?
Memorial Day sales are not the best time to buy electronics. If you need a laptop, if you need a tablet, you'll find those marked down for back to school starting in July.
Cool. All right, how about one more Star Wars Day deal?
That Stormtrooper outfit that I like to buy every year.
But John, if you're a Stormtrooper and I'm a Jedi, that means we're mortal enemies.
We better watch out or we won't be doing this segment any longer.
Pish posh, it wouldn't be Star Wars without sequels. What to buy in May is at the top of the list. It's happened to all of us. Some annoying song gets stuck in our head and won't go away for hours, days, months. And while it's mostly just annoying, there's some research on this phenomenon that's pretty interesting, including how to make it stop. Zach Perry's digging deep into earworms.
It's a world of laughter, a world of tears.
From Disney's iconic It's a Small World ride,
Baby shark, do-do-do-do-do-do,
to every toddler's favorite fish, Baby Shark. Earworms are mostly harmless, but they seem to hang out in our brains long after the music stops.
It's just that catchy tune that gets stuck in your head. And actually, about 2/3 of the people that have them report it to be a neutral or positive experience.
Lee Richardson, a licensed professional counselor and founder of the Brain Performance Center in Dallas, Texas, helps us dig a little deeper into this phenomenon. Starting with the earworm's origins. Lee says the most earworms are triggered by music with repetition, and then that little clip gets stuck in our neural networks.
You have a network that deals with perception and with sense and memory and spontaneous thought. So that earworm just crawls its way in, it gets caught up in those networks, and it plays over and over and over.
She also says an earworm can be triggered as a type of coping mechanism in times of stress.
Don't stop, believe it.
I used to get Don't Stop Believing by Journey. That was the biggest earworm when I lost my office in a tornado. I think that was my way of coping.
Next up, Lee says earworms can be a sign of a healthy brain, whether triggered from being stressed or in a low attentional state, as the research indicated.
I think that low attentional state, I call that floating. And my mind is very open to receive. I think that when you're open to receive, you let things in.
Even in a stressed state, like her tornado experience or after an argument, Lee says an earworm can indicate your brain is doing its job.
And so it kind of moves the energy from that very stressed out state to going more with the flow. To me, an earworm gives you some positive energy.
We'll wrap with ways to make the earworm go away. Lee says to first try letting it play out.
The best thing to do is not fight it. Accept it. If you start fighting against it, it's not going anywhere. It's hunkering down. It is going to be there for a lot longer.
Instead, she says to trick our brains with another activity that involves movement or focus, from exercise to a challenging video game.
Any distraction is good because it takes your brain away from it.
Earworms may come and go, but she says not to worry.
My advice would be don't think of it as a bad thing and don't get worried about it. Accept it, enjoy it for why it's there.
That's beats that burrow into our brains.
It's the end.
With all you need to know about earworms.
It's the end.
Now, you may know that beavers are America's largest rodent, but according to researchers, they're also helping us with a major climate change issue. Susan Casper looks at how beavers are using their dam building skills to help fight wildfires.
The PBS show Changing Planet examines climate change and what's being done to battle it.
Next to us, beavers are probably the biggest engineer out on the landscape.
It turns out beavers are helping to stop massive wildfires. We spoke with Dr. Emily Fairfax, an eco-hydrologist who studies how water affects plants and animals. First, she explains the beaver's biology.
Its body is kind of shaped like a bowling ball. They're very round animals with webbed back feet, little grabby hands, and a huge paddle tail.
They're a big member of the rodent family, weighing between 40 and 100 pounds,
When this animal walks across the landscape, it's really a waddle.
making it vulnerable to predators. So beavers create wetlands.
Once they're in the water, beavers are so safe. They're outstanding swimmers. They can hold their breath for like 15 minutes.
They live throughout the U.S.
They are in the mountains, they're in the deserts, they're in the valleys, they're in the rivers, the lakes, they're in cities.
Beavers' teeth are designed to sharpen over time.
It's coated in like an iron-rich coating. This is a really strong tooth. And if they can bite right through a tree, like that's an animal that can bite through a lot of things. Like those are some seriously sharp and strong teeth.
Next, Emily examines how beavers build wetlands.
When beavers move into a landscape, their number one order of business is to create a wetland.
Emily uses Google Earth and drones to map beaver dams.
Those dams slow the water down, they keep it on the landscape longer. That gives the water time to sink down into the soil and sort of build up this big soggy sponge on the earth.
And these wetlands work like speed bumps, stopping wildfires.
We've seen a lot more drought, we've seen a lot more fire, we've seen a lot more flood. Beaver wetlands are really resistant to those disturbances.
Finally, here's how wetlands help battle wildfires.
Fire can be really good, fire can help reset some of those ecological processes that just need that to happen every few years.
But they're happening way too often now.
The fires we've been having recently are a lot of times too big or too intense, and they just burn through the landscape super fast.
You can see how fires stop at wetland areas.
You start to have these big, long streaks and ribbons of wetland habitat staying green during the fires.
Beavers are now being restored to areas where they no longer exist.
The beavers are doing something on their own. We don't have to tell them to do it. We don't have to pay them to do it. They just do it. And it's good, and it's helping the planet.
Changing Planet 2 is streaming on PBS.org and on the PBS app.
There's a lot of challenges, and I want all the hands and all the paws and flippers and fins on deck that we can get.
Beavers, environmental heroes, helping us battle wildfires.
Still to come on the list, the insects you want in your garden.
If you see any of these, they're here to help you in the garden.
Plus, explore the secrets of Thai cooking.
There's this wonderful broth, and so there's garlic and onions.
And The new movie from the creators of Super Troopers.
They brought us back to our days of sketch comedy where you just put on ridiculous costumes.
All that and more ahead on the list.
Welcome back. Asian American and Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month starts today. And one wonderful part of those cultures, the food. A lot of folks who eat Thai typically stick with just spring rolls and pad Thai. No. Christina's looking at and digging into Thai you've got to try.
Pad Thai? No way! We're dipping into the dazzling array of flavors available when you go deep on the Thai menu.
So I came to one of the trendiest, most authentic Thai places in my hometown to see what we've all been missing out on. Let's eat.
Chef Olashan owns the Wild Tiger, which has been featured on Food Network's diners, drive-ins, and dives.
First, we're trying bami mu dang, and when I say dang, I mean it! This mildly spiced soup is loaded with noodles, pork, and veggies that sit in a taste bud tantalizing broth.
So bami is the noodle, okay, and mudang means the red pork. There's this wonderful broth, and so there's garlic and onions and peanuts on there as well. This is Thai food, so you know peanuts are everywhere.
Peanuts and noodles.
The pork is loaded with smoky barbecue flavor, and the noodles, yum.
Wow, that's amazing! How do I say that's amazing?
Aloy shim hai.
Aloy shim hai. Yeah?
Yes.
What, did I say something inappropriate? Next, gang separate gung, a medium spice dish seafood lovers may enjoy. Fruit, vegetables, and fish.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what we have here.
Gung is shrimp, okay. Gang is always like a stew of some kind. This one happens to be the curry. Saparot is the pineapple. Oh, you're gonna love it.
The sweetness of the pineapple complements the spicy curry, and that crunchy shrimp, da bomb.
Isn't it great?
I'm on a Thailand vacation right now.
And the final unique Thai menu item making our list, a super spicy red chili stir fry known as Pad Ped Pringang. It packs rice, veggies, and a unique meat, wild boar. But most Americans stay away from this one because it's served Thai hot, and that means no refunds.
Woo! Now I know why there's no refunds. You gotta eat the whole thing, just like your mama told you.
And that's a taste of lesser-known Thai foods.
How do you say thank you in Thai?
Khop kun ka.
Kap kun ka. Well, kap kun ka.
Khop kun ka.
Can I eat more?
Absolutely.
Eating more.
The weather's getting warmer, so it's time to start tending to your garden. We found 3 green thumb influencers on TikTok who are showing us the lay of the land through gardening. Coming in at number 1, Epic Gardening.
Spring's finally here in the garden. Let's do some chores.
Epic Gardening founder Kevin Esperito is a self-taught gardener who has spent over a decade producing educational gardening content.
This fan is a gardener's secret weapon.
He also shows us that not all bugs in the garden are bad.
The larva's on the left, but the pupa is on the right. And once this matures, it'll become an adult ladybug. So if you see any of these, they're here to help you in the garden.
See, nature's helping us out. Good to know. At number 2, Garden Marcus.
For me, mental stability starts with nature.
Marcus Bridgewater, author of How to Grow, shares his love of gardening while also teaching us ways we're like the plants we tend to.
What can plants teach us about wellness? Well, plants have a leaf, stem, and roots just like we have a mind, body, and spirit.
And if you're struggling with gardening, Marcus reminds us not to give up.
This plant is a piece of the plant from up here that fell off, but it didn't stop growing. Remember, life doesn't give up. It keeps trying to grow. So don't get in the way of your own instincts to grow.
Okay, that's a great message to live by. And last on our list of TikTok gardeners, Gigi the Garden Girl.
Here's one more very simple way that all gardeners, all plant lovers can make a positive impact on our planet.
Bren is a passionate gardener trying to create an organic cottage garden at her home.
Here are 5 random items that I use in my garden. A soccer ball upcycled into a hanging planter. Table tennis balls to stop me poking my eyes out when cutting flowers. An old post box to store garden tools.
She also teaches us that even experienced gardeners can sometimes make mistakes.
I planted mint straight in the ground and now it's getting out of control.
An old mailbox for tools, that is so helpful. Those were some TikTok gardeners who are inspiring us to get out there and make our backyard our grocery store. And coming up, if you like the Super Troopers movies and Beer Fest, well, get excited because we're talking with the stars, who also happen to be the producers, directors, and writers, about their latest comedy, Quasi. Don't miss it.
We have a quick list of tips to attract more love into your life with the author of You Are More Than You Think You Are, Kimberly Snyder.
Whether you use a dating app or not, it's about the energy you come into something with.
First, take care of yourself.
It means that we are showing up for ourselves and we are giving these acts of love. It's not dormant anymore, and so it does become more attractive. It becomes part of you.
Second, practice gratitude.
Gratitude is also a very powerful practice for amplifying and attracting love in our life. People will feel that on you. They'll feel like, I want to get to know them, and that will draw more potential partners to you.
And third, be kind.
Whether it's being extra kind to the barista, opening the door for someone, whatever it is, in all these ways, we are spreading a source of love, and the source of love will always attract love.
For more list tips, head to our YouTube channel, The List Show TV.
We're back. Today on the watch list, if you like Super Troopers and Beer Fest, well, get ready because the creators are bringing the crazy back with a new movie called Quasi, and they're telling Zach Perry all about it.
Let's do it! The comedic minds responsible for both Super Troopers movies and Beer Fest are back with another comedy, Quasi, new on Hulu. Quasi! The cast told us what you need to know about it.
Hunchback. Morning.
It's about a guy named Quasi who wins a private confession with the Pope.
Hunchback, no! Do you have any idea the questions he'll have for me? Holy Father, can you fix my hump? Is not my very existence proof there is no God? I don't want to get into that whole hornet's nest.
It's a really different movie from any movie we've ever made.
Everybody was playing multiple roles, and it was the first time we'd ever done something like that.
It's a period piece. We have these wigs and these accents. So I think it was a departure from what we've done, which I think is the best part of it. Good work.
The guys have been collaborating since meeting in their college fraternity, and they're not stopping.
We're brothers, and it's just nice to get together. And something like this was so fun because here we are all these movies later, and we're trying something completely fresh and having a blast doing it. This is the funnest part, I think, of the process, too, when we get to show everybody what we've done and we get together in one space and have laughs and just like tell the stories behind the making of it. So like I think it's just been a blast for us.
And they're still on top of their comedic game.
If you like us, it's because you like our timing. Like we have a very specific rhythm that I think it's like a band. We take whatever story and we just lock it into this rhythm.
Who wants to see an exorcism?
One of my favorite things is when you are able to hear one of your lines that we've written out in public. Weren't you on an airline, or you were checking in for a plane and someone did the meow thing as you were checking in? Or I have a buddy who's a pilot and he'll say that he hears it all the time on airplanes.
All right, meow, where were we?
I'm sorry, are you saying meow?
We, I think, don't ever think this is going to be the catchphrase or this is going to be that thing that people say. We just try to make every line funny, and then you see what catches on.
Meow. Laughing with the cast and crew of Quasi on the watch list.
Are you saying Meow is one of my favorite games to play? And maybe there's even a text abbreviation for it, AYSM, maybe? If there isn't, there ought to be. We're running down the most popular text abbreviations by state. Last on our list is next.
For more of the list's entertainment interviews, check out the Guest List, our exclusive online-only series on YouTube.
It's a journey that the audience goes on with me at the same time.
It's the best way to start out a movie, for me, in that part.
Become a Hollywood insider with The List at The List Show TV.
Welcome back. It's time for what's last on our list, and I found this fascinating. From Word.tips, the most popular text-speak abbreviations in America, which got me wondering if textisms might tell us something about each state. Now, by far the most popular text-speak abbreviation in all of America is LOL for laughing out loud. Now, LOL has sometimes ceded ground to ROFL for rolling on the floor laughing, and the more literal haha. But these days it's often used to be ironic or retro, and it's also the most popular text-speak abbreviation in the individual states of Alaska, Idaho, and Missouri. I guess they're always laughing. People in Georgia must be busy because they abbreviate more than anywhere else in the U.S. Their favorite is people, or PPL for people. And California is just so sweet, they use XO the most. Kiss and a hug back at you, Callie. Arizona and Colorado use THX for thanks the most, which is either super polite or super passive aggressive. I can't tell. And what's up with Virginia, Maryland, and Mississippi, where IDC for I don't care comes out on top? Yikes. These abbreviations might have started because, typing with your thumbs can be hard. But according to the Oxford English Dictionary, these texted initialisms are used to signal an informal, gossipy mode of expression and perhaps parody the level of unreflective enthusiasm or overstatement that can sometimes appear in online discourse. OMG, what an understatement. Folks, that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on the list, make a difference by building a community.
If we tell ourselves we're part of something greater, that our best days are still ahead of us.
Plus, why music is essential for this workout. And revisit the legacy of Princess Diana.
It takes you there, like the passion she had, the love she had for her children.
Tomorrow on the list.